failing has become critical in my growth. I'd fallen so flat on my face for the first time in my life. I was depressed, asking myself why me? How can this happen? I work so hard. Hard work pays, always thought. It's not paying for me. I got nothing. I literally had $7 in my pocket, so my $7 story. That failure. Rising from that to say, it's not over for me. I'm immediately going to launch myself into training for professional wrestling. I couldn't have launched myself with that type of training that I did every day for hours in a boxing ring that was stiff like concrete. Every day for hours. I couldn't have launched myself with that type of mentality had I not fallen on my face after 10 years of football. Failed. A failed football player who wound up moving back in with his parents at 24.
You're moving from point A to point B in your little circumscribed world. You've made everything invisible, and as long as that works, then your theory's good enough. It's accurate enough. It's true enough. You're in your little paradise. But if something comes up and objects, well, that's where your character is tested fundamentally. That's the character test. It's like, what do you do with messages of error?
Don't second guess yourself, and don't be so afraid of failing that you create excuses instead of producing results.
Failure is designed to teach you a lesson. Keep pushing forward and learn from the failures and move forward with a purpose.
Because you can look up and days, weeks, months, years can go by and you can go, I've been tiptoeing around here, not committing to anything for so long, I'm missing out. Sometimes it's not even about what choice we make. Just make a choice and commit to it and go and dive in.
You're all right, man. You're okay. Learn from it. Don't dwell on it. Move on and go do something really positive in the world.
Opportunity is everywhere, but I need you to grow up and be ready for this opportunity. Maturity is knocking. Wisdom is knocking. You are stronger now. You are wiser now. It's time for you to answer the call with your chest stuck out. It's time for you to answer the call with your head held high. Will you keep delaying a better life? You gonna keep letting everybody pass you by? Why not you? Come on, why not you?
No sunrise without a sunset. There are no roses without rain. If you can remember that, then you will always see adversity as advantage and obstacle as opportunity. Know this, that your process may be messy, but your mess will become your message.
You can't just stay still. You can't just stay neutral. You have to continue to evolve. But you gotta rise up right now, and you gotta understand that you are powerful, and you gotta focus on your it.
You can, you will, you must never give up. The moves that you make will echo throughout the ages, as there is a generation of people who are attached to your why. And if you don't succeed, they'll never believe. So make it happen.
Falling down doesn't mean you stay down. You're not done. You're just living. You're hurting, but you're still living. You got some setbacks, but you're still living. You have to think about your past. Maybe that's something that you need to do to remind you of what you're going through right now, so that maybe the future may be even better for you. You may come to a point in your life and said, I remember when I did this and I remember when I did that. Remember, it's a memory. It's something that happened in the past. The past can't do nothing for you, but you gotta focus on the right now and hope that your future will be beautiful for you. But even in your future, that doesn't mean that you won't have more unique challenges. Falling down. Why?
Am I supposed to hurt like this? Am I supposed to go through all of these challenges? Am I supposed to feel all of this agony? Why? What did I do to deserve this? Who did I hurt so bad that I have to go through so much pain? What did I do wrong? The only thing that you're doing right now, ladies and gentlemen, is that you're living. And when you're living, there's gonna be challenges. When you're living, there's gonna be struggles. When you're living, there's gonna be sorrow. When you're living, you're gonna get angry sometimes. But guess what? What good is it if it's not putting you in a position you need to be?
You are not a loser. You are a winner. Every time you fall, you don't have to think about it. You have to know that you gotta get up.
It's not meant to be easy. Let today be the day that you pay your price, that you do what's necessary to push on.
The real challenge is performing when you are under pressure. The real challenge is showing up when you don't feel like showing up. There is no getting around confronting your fears. There is no getting around holding yourself accountable.
Can we understand that we do matter? Can we understand that there's something that must be done?
Despair won't move the needle forward. You can't settle for staying where you are. You are not a victim. You are an overcomer.
The world can't control you.
You've got to stay focused on your mission. Ask yourself this question: are my feelings helping me or hindering me?
Find your true purpose.
You gotta make it happen. Can't nobody else do it for you. You're in charge of your it. Every day the clock is ticking. Every year the calendar moves. Your it cannot be delayed forever. Your it gotta start with your first step. Your it gotta start with your first move. Matter of fact, it begins in your mind. It is your dreams. It is your purpose. It is your future.
There are three types of people in this world. There are people who watch things happen. There are people who wonder what happened. And there are people who make things happen. You gotta determine which person you are. You can make a wish, or you can make it happen. You must first believe that you can, that you will, that you must, when you are no longer willing to tolerate being in the room of failure. Then that's when you're gonna break free.